Hello children, I hope you all are doing good in your studies. Today we are going to start a new chapter, chapter number 7, which is called as the reflection of light. You know children, in junior classes you all have done this. What do you mean by reflection of light? The bouncing back of light or the return of light into the same medium after striking a surface is called as reflection. You know children, these all like glass, wood, paper, oil, water, these all are mediums. So when the light strikes an opaque medium, opaque means which we cannot see through it, like a wall. It is an opaque material. So if the light strikes an opaque material or opaque surface, it is bounced back into the same medium. A part of light is absorbed and most of the light is returned back into the same medium. This is known as reflection of light. And if the surface is transparent like a glass, so a part of it is absorbed and a part of it is transmitted also to the other medium. Now, it is a reflection of light which enables us to see the different objects around us. You can see the objects around you because the light from it enters your eyes. So there are two types of objects, luminous as well as non-luminous. Luminous objects which emit light of their own and they can be directly seen. But the non-luminous objects, they do not have their own light, but they reflect the light from the other sources and then they can be seen. Now, different surfaces reflect light to different extents. If you take a plane mirror, see what is a plane mirror in which you daily see your face? It is a highly polished and silvered surface and it reflects almost the entire light which is falling on it. It is made from a few millimeter thick glass plate. One surface of the glass plate is polished to a high degree of smoothness. The front surface is polished and the back surface is silvered and the silvered surface is further coated with some opaque material so as to protect the silvering on it. The front surface is polished and the back surface is silvered. Now the light enters from the side of the polished surface and is strongly reflected from the silvered surface. Suppose a ray of light is falling on you. So it is reflected back from the silvered surface. Now there are two types of reflection. Regular reflection, irregular reflection based on the surfaces on which the light rays are falling. Regular reflection occurs when a beam of light falls on a smooth and polished surface such as a plane mirror. So these are the incident rays, the rays of light falling on the surface and the rays of light bouncing back from the surface. So we obtain a parallel beam again when the light is bouncing back. The reflected rays are in fixed direction. But if the beam of light falls on a rough surface like the wall of a room, the page of the book or any other rough surface, then the beam of light is scattered. The reflected ray goes in different directions. Not a single direction they are going. It is not even. But still they obey the laws of reflection which you are going to study. So as a result, the reflected light spreads over a wide area and does not reflect a particular direction. So the light from irregular surface can be seen from anywhere and it is the diffuse light obtained by the reflection from various uneven surfaces which enables to see the objects around us. So due to irregular reflection, we can see all the objects around us. Now some important terms related with reflection. See children, this is a plane mirror. It is polished at one surface. So if the ray of light will fall on its polished surface, it will be reflected back. It will be returned back. So the light ray striking a reflecting surface is called the incident ray and the point at which the incident ray is striking the surface, this is called the the point of incidence. The light ray which is obtained after reflection from the surface in the same medium in which the incident ray is travelling is called the reflected ray. Now this line of 90 degree perpendicular drawn to the surface at the point of incidence, this is called the normal. The angle which the incident ray makes with the normal is called the angle of incidence, and it is denoted by small letter I. And the angle which the reflected ray makes with the normal is called the angle of reflection, and it is denoted by small r. Plane of incidence. The plane containing the incident ray and the normal is called the plane of incidence, and this plane containing the reflected ray and the normal is called the plane of reflection. So this, in this figure, MM1 is a plane reflecting surface, suppose a plane mirror, and a light ray AO is an incident ray, OB is the reflected ray, ON is the normal, I is the angle of incidence, and R is the angle of reflection, and they all are meeting at one point, at the point of incidence. Now the laws of reflection. There are two laws of reflection. The first law is that the angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection, that is angle I equals to angle R. And the second law is that the incident ray, reflected ray and the normal at the point of incidence lie in the same plane. Like in the previous diagram, I showed you all the three rays are lying on the plane of this board, all lying on the same plane and at the same point of incidence. So these are the two laws of reflection which is followed in regular as well as irregular reflection. Now children, this is the special case when the light is incident normally on the plane mirror. Normally means at an angle of 90 degrees. It is falling at 90 degrees. So how will it go? You know, the angle of incidence in this case will be 0 because the normal is also this and the incident ray is lying on the normal. So the angle between both of them is 0 degree. Therefore, the angle of reflection will also be 0 degree because angle I is always equal to the angle R. Thus, the ray of light incident normally is reflected along the same path. That means it retraces its path. It moves back along the same path. Now the next topic is the distinction between a real image and a virtual image. Now the real image is formed due to actual intersection of the reflected rays. When the reflected rays will actually meet, then at that point the real image will be formed. But when the reflected rays do not actually meet, but we produce them backwards to meet, then the image formed is known as virtual image. Now real image can be obtained on a screen, like the image formed by a projectors, that is called a real image. It can be obtained on a screen, but the virtual image cannot be obtained on a screen. For example, the image formed by a plane mirror, it cannot be obtained on the screen. And the real image is always inverted with respect to the object, and the virtual image is always erect, means upright with respect to the object. And examples of real image are image of a distant object formed by a concave mirror. If the image is very far away, then the concave mirror forms a real image of it. And the examples of virtual image are image formed by the plane mirror or by a convex mirror. Convex mirror forms a virtual image. So children, study hard and we will continue the rest of the topics of this chapter in our next video. Thank you.